All right, so this is a little bit different look for I Am Redemption. We're taking this one to the streets. We're not in the podcast studio today. So every day I drive through downtown Austin and I see a pretty large homeless population out here. 9 years ago, I was out here in these streets. I was up around the corner going to the methadone clinic. I'd come down here, sell my take-homes to try to get my dope for the day. And so a lot of people, man, can look at the homeless population and think, like, how could it ever ended up like this? How could somebody go that far? And you know, there's some stories out there and some things you hear from people that you realize it's not always the things you think. Obviously, there's mental health reasons and substance abuse and all that. So I collected some stuff, just everything we've been doing with I Am Redemption. So we're down here trying to pass it out, just spread a little goodwill. You know, it's stuff like this that built me into who I was today. This was the pain I talk about that, you know what I mean, I used as motivation to change my life. And so ideally, man, we get in a conversation, start talking with somebody, and hopefully spark something with somebody. But we got Cricchi out here, we got Drew out here, Matt's out here, we got Preston out here behind the camera. So we're just out here trying to do some cool stuff today. Very cool day for me. This is a little bit different pace than what we do with the I Am Redemption podcast. I was looking for ways to evolve or different things I could do, man. And I drive past this shit every single day and I see it. And I just felt like it was time to get out here and start talking to people and start doing something about it. So one thing I'm so proud of is having a community of members that show up. When I know I can call homeboys like this and know without a shadow of a doubt they're going to be here with me, and man, that's what truly means the world to me. So being able to be proud out here with I Am Redemption and proud with the community and actually do something that matters. I hear a lot of people talk. I don't see a lot of people do things. Like my man Cricchi says, say less, do more. So we're just out here trying to do some work. So, you know, initially I thought just bring some waters out here, bring some good resources. Then I started thinking about it more, and you know, I had a lot of stuff that I'm personally not using, good shoes, hats, stuff that I've been able to produce with I Am Redemption that I'm not necessarily going to sell. So if I can come down here and give it out and actually make a difference, put a smile on somebody's face, like, I'm going to do that shit. And so I learned so much out here today talking with some of these people. I learned that they do not have resources out here. They don't know where to go get resources. So I'm going to start calling my network and see if there's anything I can do about it. I also learned about Church Under the Bridge. That's what it's called?
Yes.
Church Under the Bridge. And so that's something I'm really excited to check out. I think it's a different pace, something very unique. And I don't know, it just sounds like something that's up my alley. So I Am Redemption. Tune into the episode. A little something different for you. Let's go.
My name is Drew Miller. I'm real connected with I Am Redemption. And, I mean, yeah, come down here, help out. It will change your life. It will change your perspective. Perspective is everything. And getting out here and seeing, one, that these are not homeless people. They are human beings. And two, that the things we take for granted, even the basics, whether they're the ability to walk, the ability to see, or a roof over our head, are the things that we should be grateful for and value, because out here you get to see people got nothing and they're still grateful.
It's your boy Cricchi, man. We are in downtown Austin, Texas right now, doing what I love to do, giving back with I Am Redemption. Just think about this. Just think about this real quick. Church Under the Bridge, right? A lot of homeless people and people that are less fortunate end up there, mentally ill, just in general, right? So a lot of people that don't see the world from perspectives of your average working person. Now imagine if 50 of us, or even 15 of us, you know, average people showed up, whether we have $20, $30, $40 in our pocket, even if we just bought one thing to eat and one drink and just sat down and gave these people conversation. I'm willing to bet that would change your life, and I'm also willing to bet it would change theirs, to see that people actually care. Remember that Jesus loves you, and come hang out with us, man.
What's your name, big dog? What is it? He's filming me. You cool with that? Sure. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, huh? Water? What do you want, energy drink? There you go. Doing all right?
Yes, sir.
You good? Yes, sir. Trying to be respectful, move around down here, not getting anything crazy. I don't think, obviously, they're not always cool with filming and all that stuff, so we just always want to move around here with some respect for people. You said you don't want to be on camera, right? All right, try not to grab him, please. Are you good with being on camera? No? All right. What's your first name if you're comfortable sharing with it?
Todd.
Todd?
Todd.
How long you been out here?
She's my 40th birthday when we straight.
40th birthday, and you said you're in
Officially.
60s now?
Yeah, from heroin.
I know we were from heroin.
Yeah.
That's where I was letting everybody know, you know what I mean, when I used to be down here. But you were just saying about kind of how dark it gets out here, and you're the third or fourth person that I've talked to that talked about like literally seeing demons down here.
Yeah, they're in you. They're in them. And
You see it in
they don't even know
people?
why they jump up. They just jump up and start going crazy.
Is it drugs, mental health? Like, what do you think's the
I think it's-
big thing?
I think it's, especially when your mind's already weak and you're on drugs, that's a portal, man. That's where they go, man. It's a hookup to spread that mayhem, you know, to make people.
Right.
That's it, man. That's the fun believing, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They I know a couple weeks ago I came through down here and they were cutting hair and doing all that stuff, and then you were telling me that's definitely not something that happens often
You know, I got
down here.
kind of like pacifying you or something, you know.
Really? So like once a year they'll come down here and do what? Showers, haircuts?
Yeah. And I really don't believe I'm going to get my ID back. I don't believe that. They say they're going to put it up, you know, we take a picture and everything. And
They took your ID?
yeah, well, they took my picture. I didn't have an ID. I just wanted to get an ID.
Right.
You know, I really, you know, I just went in and did it. Then I really don't believe I'll get it, but whatever, man.
How long were you on heroin for?
What, about 5 years? Long enough, man.
Really?
I'd chip for a while, you know. Think I had it made, and then I'd be right back on it again.
How were you? You said you got sober. How were you able to get sober out here? Just on your own will, God?
I got wore out, man. I got
Really?
tired of because my age. I remember this old drug addict lady. She goes, baby, you're gonna get tired of that shit. You're gonna get tired of your own addiction. You're gonna die from it. And I got tired of it. Like, I'm tired of getting up doing this shit, you know. I was in good shape, and I just kept going until I lost everything, man. I don't want to do this anymore, man.
Right.
And then I burned all my bridges, you know. I apologize to everyone, anybody I said, you know, I did the AA thing. AA saved my ass, man. All the NA, all the places, all the meetings that I went to, I hated them. I got the best out of it, man. Now I know it.
Oh yeah.
And he just kept, you need to get back up and do it again. And I would go in there and just sit in there and listen to it, even though I hated it. I go, hey, this ain't working for me. Guess what it did? It got me sober.
Right.
And I still drink, but it's for a different reason. I just want to, the world makes me, I don't want to be around the world anymore. I don't want to be in it. That's sad. There's nothing here for me. Well, what is there here for me? It's just a bunch of evil vibrating like this. It's just like that. And I'm going, I don't want to be, and I have to get up every day to break bread with my enemy every day here. And they just keep, you know.
If you finally hit the point where you're like, I'm done with this shit, I want to change it, you know what I mean? I'm like, what's the first step? Like, where do you go? Like, what's the first step to trying to get your own place? Do you need to get a case manager? Like,
I'd like to get a case manager and then just get a check, and then I'd go back to, I'd probably get me a little part-time job. So, you know, I know how to do anything, man.
Yeah.
My dad taught me how, and I can make money anywhere. And then money's not important. I just want to spend the rest of my years somewhat happy instead of being miserable.
Right.
I spent the rest of half my life trying to figure out who the shit I was, and I finally figured it out. Now, I'm too old to do it? No. I'm still here, man. And they keep asking me, why am I still here? When I say, I'd rather just die. I say that all the time, I'd rather just get it over with. But am I going to go the right direction? That's what keeps me up, I'm doing my homework, man.
Yeah. That's deep right there.
I'm doing my homework, man.
That's deep right there.
Your soul is eternal, man.
So with what you just said of like, if I die, am I going to the right place? How do you try to keep the positivity of like doing what you think, you know, God's will or any of that kind
I
of
try to
stuff
do
out
what
here?
he says to do, and I have to sit, and then I pick up and I read it. I pick up and read it, and I'll just go through it. It's something.
Is it hard to keep doing out here though when everybody's not acting? When you see demons and when you see all this stuff, is it hard to maintain that?
Man. It's disturbing, but he says there, I'll be with you, man.
Right.
But still, where are you? Come on, man. Get down here and handle it.
I know a long time ago when I was working in like the drug and alcohol recovery world, and the treatment center that I went to was a state-funded place, and it was kind of around COVID, and I think they had like they started putting everybody up in hotels and motels around here with the homeless. Do they still do that?
Yeah, but look what it does. There's all they do is just sit there. You're just putting all the.
Oh, is it like
they
a
just
den?
keep doing dope.
Okay, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And you're stuck with that element that you don't want to. Some of these people, they don't want to be around.
Right.
Forgive me, God, but something.
Right.
It is,
Then it keeps you under the same roof as them.
and then you're
I got you.
dancing, you know?
I got you. That makes sense.
Yeah. There's still bullies out there. There's still people that just don't wait. You know, look. Satan lets them get away with it, man.
What did you have that so you keep with you to protect yourself,
Oh,
just in case?
that's a vicious instrument, man.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I haven't carried this my whole life. I just now resorted to it after this problem we had right here with that guy finally rolled up on me. And we had to hit it in bloodshed. That's sad, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and then I had to put, my brother in danger of them.
Your people in there, yeah. How important is it out here to find good people to be around and surround yourself with?
That's the most important thing to me. I can't trust nobody. I can't even trust myself half the time. Your thoughts, man. I'll do something stupid. I have to watch what I think every day now.
Really?
Because if I start thinking that, it just starts, when you think about something evil, it just gets even worse. And then the more I become aware of it, the more it's there. If you even if you recognize it, it's still there.
Right. What could people do, or like what could someone like myself do to help out down here? Bringing food and water, trying to bring positivity, bring somebody down here to talk about God, like what activities, resources?
I guess just try to get them resources and try to find out, if they really do need help. They'll say they need help, and all they want to do is just milk you for what you got,
How do you get around?
I walk
everywhere?
I give up on bicycles. People just steal me blind, man.
So you,
Yeah.
so you pretty much stick around here then?
I try not to. I just come here to eat, and then I haul ass. I don't want to be around here.
Where's your normal area?
I stay over there, Rainy Street.
Flat. And they dumping people in the river over there?
Huh?
Aren't they dumping people in the river over there?
Yeah, they had that Rainy Street killer guy,
Is that?
Don't dump me in there. I'm ready to go, man.
No. Was that real, or were they just talking shit? Was it really one?
No, there was one.
He's not around anymore.
He was
Just went
targeting.
away?
I don't know anything going on. I guess
what I
they just keep
thought.
it hush hush.
Oh.
It's like they're always fishing somebody out of the water over there.
Yeah. They had a specific demographic they were going after, right?
Well, they say they fall over them party boats and shit.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hey, man, could be him. I like to be able to trust somebody who's
Trust somebody?
trust somebody.
Yeah.
Really trust. That's not my nature.
That's very real, and that's a tough thing to operate through every day, not knowing you can't trust people. I know.
I've always got a hidden agenda, and I'm
Trust
always
me, I
going.
feel you.
And that's not me, but I'm always checking.
It conditions us like that, because I'm even like that still now in the world around regular people, you know what I mean, that aren't like that.
I think somebody wore the PTSD.
Yeah.
It makes me. This is war right here, man.
I know.
I'm not supposed to be carrying a rifle.
I used to think people were talking crazy when they're like, oh, there's a war of good and evil. There's absolutely a war of good and evil going on.
Yeah.
For
Right
sure.
here, there's been waiting for you to and roll the dice, man. God and Satan, you gonna get him? I got him. No, you don't got him. I got him,
But
Right. Tug of war, man.
hell yeah.
You need to pull me apart, man. I get too old to be pulled apart.
Dude, listen, we do a run group. I know you said you get that, you used to run, man. If you could ever make it over to one of our running groups, dude, I'll make sure you get a brand new pair of running shoes on your feet. I'd love for you to come around.
Them ultra shoes and running shoes, the ultras.
Yeah.
God, I ran them things to death, man.
What size are you?
It was 10 and a half or 11. I say 11. You got 11 in that? Yeah, 11.
You want a new pair?
Yeah, man.
I got shoes over in the car.
Then I haven't had pairs. These finally wore. These are good shoes, man. They're good.
You said you're what? 11 and a half?
I think it's 11 and a half.
All right, give me a sec. Yeah, I got you. Come on over here for me. Energy drink, I got you. Let's just walk over here. Oh man, everybody coming now. How those look? What do you want?
Probably one of them.
Drink?
Donut probably.
Oh man, don't fall. We gotta get you over here safe.
One each, but I'll try that one.
You cool with me grabbing it?
Yeah.
All right, you want a donut?
Yeah.
You want to drink too?
You got carbon on donut?
I got to save one for everybody. I got to give one for everybody. How we doing, sir? I like the ink. You want to drink? How'd you do that to how'd that happen to your shoulder? And where? Oh, in a race car? No shit. When was that? Really? Damn, what kind of race car? Mondona? With the what? A 60 what Cobra? Damn. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Cinnabon? Good? Absolutely. I got you. What's up, big dog? You want one? Wait on. Oh, what? You have one, right? All right, one more. Gotcha. My guy. How we doing, bro?
Good, how y'all
Good. Passing some stuff out. Good to see you. Is that just for y'all? Yeah.
Michael Chandler, Michael C.
Gone.
is how everyone knows me out here. I've been a street preacher. May 9th was my 4-year anniversary down here.
Really?
Yep.
No shit.
And to clarify, I don't have to be out here. God told me to come
Okay.
be out here with his people because he has people in every realm. So, including out here on the streets with all the crazies. And you know this.
Yeah. Where'd you come from originally?
I was born in Houston. I moved here right after I turned 13. I'd been out of 7th grade for like 5 days. Something like that. I'd been 13 for all of a month. But I moved to South Austin, went to Crockett High School, went to Betachek.
Oh, shit, yeah.
I'm originally from Houston.
Yeah, will you give him one right there?
Yeah.
With the dreads. Well, here you're in front of the camera.
Anyway, wasn't always in ministry like you. Went off on ventures. When I was 21, I had gotten married. I moved to California. I was out there a dozen years. I came back into 99. Business was in Williamson County for almost 20 years, raising my family, got married, joined a church up there, Calvary Chapel, Georgetown. Didn't know when, I don't know how, you told me, you shared a little bit about your story.
If you have questions, feel free.
No, not at all. I want to share a little bit of my story with you. So I was
Please.
raised in church for the most part. My young life wasn't very stable at all, but the most stable part of it, which was from 10 to 13, about a 3-year period, I lived with my dad, and every time those doors were open, man, we were in church, and so to a point you can say I was raised in church, certainly through that period of my life, but I knew God at an early age, and like most people, I drifted off as I got to my late teens, early adulthood, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, all of a sudden one day, I came to the end of my rope with God, and not before he had let me pretty much chase all my dreams down too. And I was 30. I was going to be 31, so only to find that they weren't. They just weren't. They didn't mean anything without him in it. I knew there was this hole missing because I had that fullness, that completeness from a child. And I kept trying to fill this God-shaped hole with everything in my late 20s, and I did get sober. For the first time, and that was never heroin or alcohol or any of that. It was just weed, and everybody goes, oh, whatever. No. When you've never lived a sober life, sobriety means something, you know? And it don't matter if it's weed or it's, I don't know, glue, or it doesn't matter what it is.
Right.
A desire to...
You want to do that? You already got it.
Or rather, an addiction is nothing more than a desire to escape your reality. Sometimes controllable and sometimes not.
Yeah, there's usually that underlying cause of what got us to start using that stuff. Why are we trying to change the way we feel?
Well, I know exactly when I started smoking cannabis.
Really? Was that your drug of choice?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. My mom smoked weed from the time it was just early, long before I did. So my dad never did, really. I mean, I'm sure he tried it, but that just wasn't his thing. Like I said, Christian man, married his high school sweetheart in his early 30s, and he's still married to her to this day. Good Christian woman. We didn't always get along, but I know now I have a much better assessment of what that means, good Christian woman. And she is that. So she's his wife. She's not mine. So that's his thing. I'm not currently speaking to my family, unfortunately. That's a long story we don't have time for. Anyway, back to your ministry. I'd love to know more about your podcast. I have similar goals and designs. However, I own a company that has been on the back burner since I got here from California in '99, and it's time for that to change. So time for me to return back to full-time work after full-time ministry for 4 years. And you know as well as I do, I will continue on in full-time ministry with whatever time is left over. So
Right.
after we sleep, shower, shave, and that kind of thing, sort of keep the house clean, we'll get back out there and do what we can still. But I am watching something very special take place down at Church Under the Bridge, which again, I'm going to remind you, has been there for 30 years
Yeah,
now.
tell me more about it.
Dedicated homeless service. It's a church. Okay, so in the 90s, a bunch of churches got together because there was, if you remember that period, there was a bunch of homeless people, and that was right there in front of APD and right here too and all that. I wasn't here. I was in Round Rock, Williamson County, living a normal life, if you will. But so these churches got together and they met with all these homeless people, and they're like, well, what do you guys need? And they said, we need a church. We need a church where somebody doesn't make us try to feel some kind of way because we ain't dressed like them, or maybe we didn't get to shower before we got here, or we got our bags with us, or what have you. In other words, they realize that they're homeless, and then they get like a lot of church people do, if you will, unfortunately. We got the same problem with this little church right over here at Christ Church. I was a part of it for 2 years during my 4 years of ministry. Go ahead.
Go back
The Church Under the Bridge.
Church Under the Bridge. Now, is there you're the pastor?
No,
There's a pastor
no.
that comes there?
Glad I
Somebody
brought that up.
organizes this?
So it's put up of 5 different churches depending on which Sunday it is, 1st through 5th.
Oh, they take different ones?
No.
Okay.
The church is made up of 5 different churches. It's a coalition of 5 churches.
Okay.
I'm trying to tell you, depending on whether it's 1st through 5th Sunday is who's serving.
Okay.
So the head mainmost pastor at Church Under the Bridge is from that church right there. It's called Christ Church. You can't see it because it's on the other side of those houses.
Gotcha.
But it takes up the whole other side of that block right there. So it's an Anglican church. I'm not big on denominations, but you know, that's them. God called me to that church. Was led to that church by a couple of young ladies. Still friends with them. Anyway, through that church, I started serving down at Church Under the Bridge. Anyway, back to the story. The 5 local churches, of which Christ Church supplies the head mainmost pastor, they put up this thing, and they have a full-blown worship service. There's 5 different people, depending on which Sunday, that lead it. So there's one guy that does it twice. They have full meal, coffee, the whole 9. Other people show up. Other entities show up. Sometimes they bring clothes. Sometimes they wash feet. Sometimes there's different people do different things. There's a group of atheists that show up and think about stuff. So
Really?
anyway, it's something I want you to know about, dude,
Yeah.
because people are seeking God there.
Yeah.
Now, some people are just seeking stuff.
Yeah.
And you know the type.
Yeah.
When you tell them about a church, and like, what do you get there?
Right.
I'm like, well, what do you go to church for? You know? I mean, you might be disappointed. I look for different things in the church, but that's me. You know, I'm a preacher, so I like to go to church to be fed. Now, I serve down there, so I don't have a church currently where I can go and be fed. So, thank God you guys brought some caffeine. My friend's dog knocked my coffee that I waited
They
all
did a lot
morning
better
to
than the
get.
waters. I'm in recovery, and so I was down here about 9 years ago. I was going over there to the methadone clinic, just got out of prison and all that stuff. So I got sober, changed my life here in Austin.
How'd you do that, man?
God, started running, got healthy, got VA, all that stuff.
So where did
Yeah.
you go?
I went to a state-funded treatment center called a New Entry.
Pleasure meeting you.
You too, brother, you too.
Y'all take care, man.
All right, man.
I got the white icing earlier. I felt like it would be wrong if I double indulged, you know?
Want water, fellas? Water? No bracelet?
Donut? Anybody want a donut? Yeah. We got some donut. Yes, sir. Oh, I'm gonna swing back to you. Boom, your man's got you right there. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to pick it out. It's kind of melted to the bottom. I'll get you.
Oh no, they fell down.
That's
Damn.
all right.
Damn.
Go and grab that other chunk.
What's up, big dog? You want water?
There you go. Yeah, give him
Nah,
one
we
right
got
there.
donuts. Trying to
Want
bring the
donut?
goods. How we doing, sir? You want a water?
That's all we got left, man.
You want a bracelet? No?
Boys,
I Am Redemption.
donut.
About So that's a non-profit I have. So I was out here 9 years ago. I was out here shooting dope.
For it.
Got sober, and I used my story to help other people.
Yeah.
I realized there was all this pain out
Yes,
here that I
sir.
had been through. It built me
No
who
problem.
I was, and so it's just
I
about
got
overcoming
one
that,
left.
being proud of it.
Shit. I got one donut.
You take care,
left.
brother.
Let me see if my man right here wants. You get a donut already? You want a donut?
I'll take one, yeah. I'll rub it.
Little water?
Come on, that's the last one. There it is. You know.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. You want a bracelet? I see you got a couple on already. Bracelet, sir? Interested? No?
I got white.
My man. 9 years ago, I was out here. I was shooting dope. I was going to the methadone clinic over around the corner and all that. And but I got sober. It changed my life. I drive past there every day. I see everybody out here, and I don't ever see anybody out here doing anything like that. So I just had some stuff. Figured I'd come out and pass it out.
I mean, if we do shit, we're safe about it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, we ain't talking to them. So, but now they put a big gate in front of the library. So when it rains, you can't go nowhere over here. Like they slowly shut the shit down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're doing some jacked up shit. And now it's gonna be a law pretty soon. If you're homeless after a certain time, you're going straight to jail.
Yes, ma'am.
Take it to the dollar store. No. Right out. Hey, do they ever promote that shit or what?
Yeah.
Y'all got a page or something?
Yeah, he redemption. You'll find it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate y'all guys.
Yeah, absolutely,
Appreciate you, man.
bro. Absolutely.
We're gonna keep it moving.
Hey,
Yeah.
you see me driving by out here? Shoot me a wave. For real.
Yes, sir.
The bracelet? There you go. Oh, no?
One, two. You can have white one too if you want.
There
All
you go.
right.
All right, sir. You too, man. It's interesting. They were pretty closed off when you have waters out there. We busted out the donuts. That was a game changer. A lot of people were wanting to talk. And I know originally this kind of all started this idea. I was walking out of a Starbucks the other day, and there was a homeless gentleman that asked me to get him something. And my immediate reaction was yes. And so I asked him what he wanted, and he told me that he, hey brother, absolutely.
Much love, y'all.
He gave me basically a dessert order. He wanted like a mocha frappe, something this, and some other dessert. And I was like, oh man, I was like, I don't know, I'm not really trying to get you a dessert order. I was trying to get him some food. So then I was talking to somebody later that day, and they let me know, when somebody that is homeless gets something like that, a treat or some type of dessert like that, it kind of makes them feel more human, more real. So decided to get some donuts today, get a couple smiles out here. So it was cool, but it's different seeing people. They see us down here with a camera, whether to trust it, what we're actually doing out here. All right, fellas.
Y'all have a good one, man.
I think they know we out here trying to do some good. What do you think, bro? What was your?
Transparently, I think it had less to do with the donuts and more to do with the fact that we were having genuine conversations, and we weren't really here to exploit their situation for any type of benefit. We were just here to try to shed light on their situation. And it was great talking to you guys, man.
Good talking,
Yeah,
man.
dude.
I'll be
great
back.
talking to
I'll be
you,
back
brother.
down here,
Seriously,
right?
man. If you ever see me
I'll
around,
be back
man, be
down
sure
here.
to say
Bro,
hi.
take care. You see me drop by, you need
Absolutely,
anything, you let me know, all right?
For your service.
Absolutely,
Hey,
bro.
thank you guys.
Absolutely.
Love
Yes,
y'all,
sir.
man. Be safe. Yeah, I think it was less about that and just more about the fact that
Have a good one, brother.
How-
Have a good one.
how often do people that live normal lives come down here and actually give a fuck?
Right.
How often do they actually come care? People come down here all the time to look good, I'm sure, but they don't come down here and care.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that's what separates, and that's why you got the conversations that you did, because everybody we talked to on camera said they didn't want to be on camera, said they didn't want to do any type of interviewing, or they didn't want any of that. But 15 minutes into the conversation, they were down, and I think that just comes from being genuine and caring.
First of all, what's your name, sir?
Drew.
Drew Miller.
How do we know each other?
We met officially at the alumni meeting. So I came out to Austin to get in recovery, to go to treatment and get sober, and then you came and spoke at the alumni meeting, and I instantly knew that this was who I wanted to surround myself with.
Let's go, bro. Well, you've been crushing it ever since. It's cool as hell to have you kind of out here with me. You know what I mean? Doing this stuff. I love, I always want to have my people, and definitely people from the community on the podcast, you know what I mean? But everybody in early sobriety, it's something different to like do social media stuff, podcast stuff. So somebody within their first year, I'm kind of wary about like having them on the show and stuff until they get set up in life. But you're somebody that you've been exceeding, you've been doing so well. It's cool to be able to like get you out here and actually be a part of something instead of like, let's go sit down in the studio. Now we get to come out here and do something and try to make a little bit of a difference and see some like real frontline shit. So you coming from you know, substance abuse background, what has it been like for you kind of stepping out here today and being around this? I'm not sure how much dealing you've had around the homeless or anything like that, but what was your big takeaway today?
My takeaway was just the perspective on life. I mean, I sat for about 30 minutes and had a conversation with a guy who did 23 years, battled with addiction, and he's out here talking to me about being grateful for life, having hope, asking me what my favorite verses are. Like, when I hear stuff like that, I take a step back and I'm like, what do I have to complain about? Like, I am beyond blessed. Yes, I've had my struggles. I've seen it with my family. But in the grand scheme of things, I have a roof over my head. I have more physically than half of these people do. Yet these people are God-centered and grateful to be alive.
That was one of the things was most surprised about was how much the God topic came up out here. How much they were talking about seeing demons and all that kind of stuff.
I agree with that.
And then the one thing that I thought was crazy was they don't have people that come down here and preach to them. They don't have people that have come down here and do that, they said. So I'm curious, like, why is that such a topic of conversation down here? Gods, demons, you know what I mean? That wouldn't be what I would think would be the main topic of conversation when we're going up and talking to these people.
No, but it kind of makes sense if you strip down everything that we are as people and everything that we have as people. I mean, all that's really left is what the world was built on, and that's some type of religion, whether it be good or evil. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what's left out here. So it's like, it's kind of left to that.
I know it'll take coming down here and doing this a couple more times to warm up to people, and so there's not a lot of people that are initially willing to talk. It was a lot of people saying they weren't on drugs, you know what I mean? That they had kicked drugs a long time ago, which they could be telling the truth, who knows? But I was also surprised, you know what I mean, the level of people that could have a good coherent conversation. Yeah. These two guys that we sat down and talked to today were both like very with it.
Even the young guy that wouldn't get on camera, like his story amazed. He straight up is like, I just don't want to be involved. Right. It's evil. Like, the world is evil. Society's evil. I've been homeless since I was 18. And I told him, I was like, dude, if you're not on drugs, I could get you a job in a heartbeat. Like, I could put you to work and, you know, like, you're on an apartment 6 months type stuff. Yeah. Like, and he's like, no, I don't want it. Like, I don't want it. I trust God and I have faith in God, and this is my life. You know, this is what I'm blessed with. And so, like you were saying, like, it's just like he's sitting on a corner with a backpack that contains everything he owns. And still he's like, this is what God gave me and I'm grateful. You know what I mean? Right. Meanwhile, people, you know, sit in the house with AC and beds and cars in the garage.
Yeah. There's people
they're not happy.
There's people with problems out here. Yeah. Man, I remember the mindset of being out here, and one of the things that I kind of forgotten was just a lot of the cutthroat mentality. And the one guy over there talking about how, like, he has people stalking him, you could see the fear in his eyes that he really does have people out here fucking with him, and how he's afraid for his safety. He's afraid for his life. Yeah. And so he's got to find people out here. Like, think about going through your everyday life literally worried about your safety. Like, that's not something that everyday fucking people deal with. No,
to be transparent, that's the only thing that, and a lot of times I get quiet and just kind of zone out here, because it's like, that's when I was in my addiction, that's all I was. I was heinously aggressive. Yeah. Like, no, I was the guy that would be going after him for whatever he had. Like, you know what I mean? So it hurts my heart to see it sober from the other side. You know what I mean?
You were, as soon as we got here, you started talking to one gentleman over here by the truck, and you started talking to one gentleman over by the truck, and it seems like you got into a pretty deep God talk. What was it? What was that about?
So I asked him, I was like, what's your story? And he told me, he's like, I did 23 years in prison, and then I've got out, and it's been a struggle, but God is good. So I asked him, I'm like, okay, when did you find God? He's like, I found God in prison. So he, while he was serving time, he went away from the gangs and was trying to do it solo. He ended up getting into it with someone and taking their life. So then he had 23 guys who were ready to kill him. And the guy who was like the head of that gang in the prison said, "We're going to let you live." And he's like, from that moment on, I knew God was real. He had a cell, he got moved cells, and his cellmate said, "I want you to stand up and face the wall and close your eyes. Now, I want you to picture heaven. Close your eyes, picture heaven vividly. Now I want you to picture hell." And so he had him go through this process. He opened his eyes, and then he gave him a Bible. And from that day, he started reading the Bible. And he's like, since then, I've just had this deep connection with God, because I should be dead. I should be dead, rightfully so. But I'm not. God's kept me here. And then he talked about an experience he had where he was like, I've seen hell. Like, I have been so down and dark, and I've seen hell. Talked about he could visualize it, he could smell it, he could hear it.
That's why it seems like he has gratitude. Like, we're down here, and we obviously say how bad it is down here, and it seems like in that moment he still has gratitude for life and for.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's what I told him. I'm like, what's amazing about you and your story is I see true faith in your story. Because to me, true faith is when you're not living the ideal life, things are not going your way, but you're still one to say, thank you, God, I'm grateful, and find something to be grateful for. That's all it was with him. Even today, he's like, I was like, I could be wrong, but you may not have the ideal life right now. He's like, no, I don't. But you know what? I have a life, and I'm grateful. And just that is incredible, because so many people, like y'all said, take these things for granted that they have, when just to be alive is a gift.
So to be rooted in gratitude is to be happy. And I think when you don't have anything else and you're struggling with yourself all the time, you figure that out. You know what I mean?
Right. And dude, it's just, that's what's, as we're sitting there kind of processing all these conversations and this whole little experience we just had, like the amount of people that still spoke with gratitude, the amount of people that were, you know what I mean, we're still having that. Like the one gentleman, you could clearly see he was not there. He was sitting there talking about, like, go ahead, just take me now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which that, the desperation in that moment.
The older gentleman.
Yeah. That's tough. But some of these other people still having the amount of gratitude, and then you go throughout your daily life talking to normal, everyday people, and you hear a lot of bitching, you hear a lot of complaining, and why this, why that.
All the time. Yeah.
And I didn't hear that down here, you know what I'm saying?
I quite frankly, I didn't hear that at all.
Which is, it's an eye opener.
Yeah.
I would have thought they would have been getting a whole lot more resources down here on a regular basis to find out that they're not.
Me too.
And then the one guy I was talking to, and he was asking me, he was like, one of the last guys I was talking to, he goes, how did you change? And I was like, well, you know, I went and I got in a state funded treatment center. He's like, yeah, but how? And I was like, well, you got to get like you have to have some form of, not caretaker, but the case manager or whatever like that. And he's like, where do you get one of those? So like, they don't even know where to go, or where to get any of that stuff.
Yeah. How to tap in.
I don't know, a lot about city works and how finances work and stuff like that. But I would think that tax dollars would go towards being able to provide those type of resources to these people so that they could get to those things.
Unfortunately, from what I see in a lot of cities, not just Austin, it seems like more tax dollars go to pushing them out than helping them become productive. But you also have to think about how many addicts do you know, or just people in bad situations that are unwilling to be productive.
There's definitely there's definitely here too.
Yeah.
One of the things, working in the recovery world, I was able to kind of become friends with a lot of people in the Austin Police Department. It's a widely known thing. The biggest open air drug market in Austin is right down by the police station. So it's this weird thing of like, do you let it go on in a controlled area so it stays right there? Or do you just, enforce that so then it gets spread out in the neighborhoods and shit like that? Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
What's better?
I definitely feel like keeping it confined is better for the city, for kids, for elderly people, for everybody living here. But also, I mean, I feel like keeping confined is definitely better, but you can't keep it confined and not offer any solution. Like these people should know the fact that, like, you know, Guadalupe, like there's a meeting right down there, or like, hey, you know, there's meetings everywhere. Like all around the city, there's a meeting every single night, multiple meetings a day, actually, which is how I did 180 meetings in 90 days to start with when I got clean. Like they're everywhere.
Right.
And I feel like none of these people know that. I feel like none of these people know that there's just groups of people all around them within a walking distance that are like willing to lend a hand and show them how to do this and how to stay sober and how to become successful or how to just even contribute to society. You know, it's like, I feel like they don't know that. I feel like that's the part that's not really fair, you know?
One thing I keep thinking about is the guy telling me that there's this ministry under the church.
Under the bridge.
Under the bridge.
Yeah.
Under the church, under the bridge. And I couldn't be more excited to go. I want to go check this out.
Yeah.
Because God has been a major part of my life, especially recently, and like continuing to foster that relationship has been awesome, right?
Yeah.
And I always talk about how the times that I've chose to go back, you know, continue to pursue that and go back to church.
Yeah.
I walk into church and always the message I start hearing is something about tithing or something like that. So then it deters me off of it.
Yeah.
This is a church where I'm willing to bet we're going to go, and I'm not going to hear any of that type of stuff.
No, you're going to hear
We're going to go for the right like type of word.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably one of the things I'm most excited about is like it's all the bullshit stripped down. And these are people literally just like coming to get the word of God.
Well, yeah, that's like a real church. Like I don't like, not to get all like biblical or anything, but my wife always wants me to go to church. She's always like, come to church with me, go to this church, go to that. And I'm like, bro, like I don't feel God when I walk into church.
Yeah.
Like I just don't. Like I don't. There's never been a church I walked into where it was like I feel God in here. You know what I mean? However, sitting in jail for 3.5 years, Pastor Briscoe, never forget his name, would bring in a service every Sunday. Bro, I cried and broke and got built as a man, like spiritually, in that church in the 6 months that I was going, out of the 3 years I was in there, more than I ever have growing up in churches, Catholic churches with my grandparents and my dad and stuff like that. It's like that where the hope should be at its lowest seems like where the spirituality is at an all-time high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. What about you, Bud? What do you think about it?
I like it. I like being able to give back, but two, I like getting the perspective. In the perspective, it's
Interview one-on-one. Never give your microphone away. Go ahead.
it's so easy to get caught up in what's going on with life, whether it's big or small, and to come out here and get a shift in perspective is worth $1 million.
Yeah.
What are you gonna? Does this? I know homeless isn't anything new to you. Obviously, you see it driving through Austin every day. But does this give you any different perspective, kind of going throughout your day, the rest of today, the rest of the week, going and being around the guys at the sober house, any of that kind of stuff?
Absolutely. It gives me more gratitude. It also gives me it gives me a little bit of drive to do something meaningful. Whether that's like as y'all are talking about the fact that they don't know there's meetings and stuff, maybe make some flyers with the meetings on it and handing it out. Handing it out down here. Doing something that actually makes a difference. Because I feel like a few bucks could help, but if they spend it right, by giving them access to tools that could change their life, if I could do that, that would be great.
But so many things that we take. Well, the big thing I keep hearing, I need to get my ID card. I need to get this. Like, they don't even have the basic things to go to a doctor's appointment. They don't have an ID card or any of those things, and they don't have any idea like where it seems like to where to go get that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I remember being like that when I first got clean. You know.
Yeah. It's tough, man. So I'm just be full transparency. Like coming up in the addiction world, being out here, I know most people asking for money. I know where that money's going.
Yeah.
And so I've never been willing to give that money out. Now, it's a different story if I could buy somebody a meal or buy something tangible to hand you.
10
but
out of 10.
as far as money goes, I'm not necessarily going to do that. But man, what else do you expect? You know, anybody that knows anything about addiction, we start getting high from an underlying cause. There's something that made us start doing that. And so you think about the situation people are in out here. I can't get an ID card. I don't know where to go to get any resources. How do I get a case manager? What else would you do? And then what else would you be seeing out here but like good and evil? Sure.
I feel like awareness is the best thing you could do, like you were talking about. I feel like that's the best route. Like at the end of the day, like I was telling the gentleman down there, he was like, so y'all just want to get the stories? And I'm like, nah, man, like the goal is to personalize, because it's like people drive by here and they're like, oh, homeless camp. They don't say, damn, there's a grandfather over there. Damn, there's a dad over there. Damn, there's a son over there. Damn, there's a 29-year-old kid that's had no family since he was 18 just sitting over there. It's like people don't see the actual human beings behind these faces. They just see the trash laying around and the fact that they're carrying their stuff on bicycles and they're, not well kept. It's like people look at that and they pass. But when you spread awareness and you start letting these people know, like, hey, you can go to these places and be accepted. Like, people will love you. They'll care about you. And NA meetings, AA meetings, shit like that. I feel like that's what changes stuff. You know what I mean?
The other thing, working in the treatment industry, you see a lot of people that have been, I myself was in treatment many, many different times, right? You see people that have been in and out of that system going to treatment sometimes.
Yeah.
But a lot of what you'll see, especially in Austin, is you see a lot of people come from means. They send their kids to a very high dollar treatment center.
Yeah.
So you see rich kids going into high dollar treatment centers over and over who don't value that experience or that opportunity to go get sober.
Yeah.
And then you see somebody down here who doesn't even have the option to be able to get an ID card or the option to get help.
Yeah.
And you see some rich kid or somebody that's, the ego, can't get out of their own way, where they just can't understand it for the opportunity that it is. Yeah. It's like, you don't have to get sober, bro. You get to get sober.
Yeah.
You get to
it's an opportunity. Yeah.
You get to change your life. You don't have to.
Yeah.
Man, it's an eye opener. It's very different. I appreciate you boys for coming down here.
Yeah, man. Let's make it a thing.
Let's do it. I'm here.